Welcome to the Aurora Borealis Pick a Card reading. Last night there was a geomagnetic storm hitting the Earth, painting the sky with auroras. I'm hoping to capture a little bit of that light language and bring it into this reading, so that whenever you see this video, you would be able to tune into that magic. This is the Fool's Journey, a tarot and oracle card channel where we travel in place and in mind to inspiring landscapes to find symbols and messages that speak to you. This is a thematic reading where we'll be doing a journey to the far north, diving into the symbolism of boreal nature, Sámi culture and winter magic to derive a message for you. Everything you see today, the cards, the runes, the spirit animal, belongs to the same wintry landscape. Here are the cards for you to choose from. The first card is Expansion and the direction is north. The second card is called Comfort and the theme is Hearth. The third card is Ice and the theme is Purity. Let's draw your rune to guide you. The first rune is Kenas. The second rune is Thurisas. And the third rune is Pergana. I will now show you close-ups of the runes. So this is Kenas, meaning torch. And Thurisas, meaning thorn. And Pergana, meaning birch. Also femininity. Notice which card or cards seem to draw your attention, like glowing a little bit brighter. That's the one that's calling you. Once you have selected the card or cards, you'll find timestamps in the description to jump directly to your reading. Take what feels true to you and let the rest drift away like light snow into winter wind. Welcome to your reading, group number 1. You have selected the card of North as your card, and it has the keyword of expansion. Together with the card of North, you have the rune Kenas. Kenas is a rune that signifies torch, often a guiding light. It's a symbol for things that give brightness into the darkness. And by doing that, they light your path and show you where to place your steps as you walk. Together, this is an interesting combination because north signifies darkness, and as a direction it is often connected to the color black. And when you go towards north during winter time, the days get shorter and shorter, and eventually you enter into a perpetual darkness. But while you are carrying the torch, the kenas, that will light your way so you can move forward safely. Together, these two symbols, first the darkness and mystery of the north, and then the torchlight of the kenas, they combine and complement each other. You are safe studying the mysteries of the north while you're holding the light of your own. The direction of the north is said to be the strongest out of the 4 cardinal directions, and it stands for wilderness, untamed nature, spirits, mysteries, coldness, sometimes immobility or stagnancy, and the strong presence of darkness and coldness. But where there is cold and dark, the light shines the brightest, and the warm fires lighting the hearth will warm you the sweeter. As for you, this card signifies a moment in life where you are both drawn to mysteries, but at the same time you have your inner light to guide you. It's an auspicious time, meaning that it's a good moment to move forward. If you have felt like you have been walking in the darkness, that's part of the journey. If you know that you already have your inner fire, that's good. But if not, you could see the kenas as signifying that you will soon find it to guide your way. Have a think what darkness and mystery mean to you. Also have a think what lighting the way would mean to you. These are the themes that we are going to reflect on this reading. This is the card of North, and the kenas rune that we picked randomly for you in the beginning. I feel that this stands from the direction of North out of these 4 cardinal directions over the card. But I will soon draw 3 runes more to be placed around this card so that they can form the cardinal directions for you at this moment, so that you can reflect the situations where you are in and the winds that have guided you to this current life situations where you are. You can also think of it as a reflection of what kind of energies have brought you into the situation, and what kind of baggage or what kind of insights or strengths you are carrying at the moment, in this moment. So the 3 runes that we're going to draw, they look more towards the present moment and the past rather than towards the future. The other cards that we're going to draw a bit later will speak more about the path that may be unfolding before you. All right, so let's draw your runes. So for the east, we draw a was. So for the south we draw auroras. And for west we draw Sovilo. So in the east we have auroras, which is a symbol of yew tree. This was the tree where Odin hung as he was receiving his gift of runes. And according to the runic tradition, it was also the world tree. As a rune for the tree of life, it symbolizes balance, but also as a rune for a tree where Odin hung, it symbolizes mysteries that are being unfolding and enlightenment. Yew tree and the smoke of the branches of yew tree could also be used in purification rituals. I have this feeling that for you, or at least for someone listening to this reading, the endings that you have gone through, they have been very, very sacred. They haven't been a random or just only timely readings or only timely endings, but they have had a special meaning of purification in there, so that the next version of you that is coming forth is a better version of you, more purified, more crystallized version of you. Then in the south we have auroras, and auroras stands for primordial ox. And oxen are very steady creatures, but they are also very strong creatures, and primal ox were fierce creatures that were symbolizing strength and potency. And when this comes from the direction of south, which is generally a direction of warmth and fire, it kind of strengthens this fiery element of an ox. So what is the message in here? I think the message is that there is an element of moving forward and strength behind you. So if you are going towards the fire in the north, towards the darkness and coldness and the mysteries that we are exploring with the auroras in the north, it means that the gift following you from the south is strength and warmth. So as you go forward, your steps are steady and you have strength to go on, even if there are blizzards or snow on the way. So speaking of warmth and sunlight, from the west we have Sovilo, which stands for sunlight. Sovilo is a very positive rune with a lot of similar and overlapping symbolism than the sun card has in tarot. Sovilo stands for light, energy, movement, progression. When you're walking ahead and it's daylight and everything is easy and effortless, that kind of energy is coming forth with Sovilo. It can also be said that it's joyful. There is also another rune, Munyo, which connects to joy, but I also feel that Sovilo is like this laughing child. It's very positive, carefree and light rune. So these 4 runes stand for you at this moment, and these are reflecting some of the energies that have been surrounding you and are still surrounding and supporting you when you're moving forward. If you're thinking about your own life in relation to these runes, it could be summarized that in this moment when you are approaching mysteries, you have your own torch, your own inner light. You can trust your intuition and you can trust your vision about the things that you are contemplating during this reading. It's a very positive guiding light that you are carrying with you, and the runes are already guiding you towards trusting your own wisdom in this. but there has been some sort of ending or endings, or the period has been difficult, like it was difficult for Odin, who stood tied to the tree and hung from the tree. And there might have been endings during your path, and these endings have been sacred, but they might have been tough to go through. So that kind of energy can be detected from this moment. Then from the south, there is this inner strength and steadiness in you, like an oxen working in the field. You have been very steady with your process, and that strength and warmth continues, as well as does the daylight that warms you. That may reflect to a period in your life where there was also a lot of clarity in your mind. So when we are moving forward from these energies towards that direction, it means that the overall clarity that you have had so far, that may lessen a little, so that you can see the stars in the sky. So when there's daylight, you can't see auroras and you can't see stars. So for that, you need to go towards the darkness. And I feel that's the main message so far in this reading, that you are going towards the mystery, you're going towards intuition, you're going towards unknowing. So you're going towards something that you don't know yet, something that is hidden, concealed from you. But you don't have to be worried, because you'll have exactly the kind of light that you are going to need. You have it with you when you're going forward. Okay. Next, I'm going to see what the auroras want to bring to you. These are northern animal cards, and that feels like it wants to come. This will be your final message and the strongest one in this aurora reading, meaning that this will be the final note of your reading, the kind of final guide and the kind of spirit guide that you will be getting during this reading and moving towards with you. You saw that the deck was really thin, and that's because I only took polar animals to this reading. So even though other animals have lovely messages, this time we don't want those that are hibernating during the summer, or those that are general Central European animals as well. We want those that can be found from the far north, because that is the theme of our reading. So that's why. Next, we are going to draw from a very special deck. This is a deck inspired by Sámi. So Sámi are the indigenous people of the northern Scandinavia, and they have their own unique culture and their own unique customs, and I have been privileged enough to get my hands on a deck that utilizes these themes. And not only that, but since I come from the southern Finland, from a southern tradition, I wrote to the maker of this deck and asked if she feels that it's okay for me to use this deck, even though I am from the south and not from the Sámi tradition. But she kindly replied that that is okay, that as long as I'm approaching the topic with reverence, the elements from the natural world will speak for all people from different cultures and from different backgrounds. So it is not it is not unpolite for me to do that, even though I'm not part of the Sámi tradition myself. So with that warm guidance and permission, I'm using this deck now, and this is very special northern deck. And I will be placing 5 cards around you. And while I was planning for this reading, I felt that this shape of you being in the center, or your card being in the center, was very important, and the reading need to be placed like in a circle, because I had this image of standing stones, so that the stones would represent energies you work with, and you could also choose your path forward from the stones. So I wish to empower you to look at your situation where you are now and where you are asking for guidance, and then pick and choose and select what kind of advice and what kind of future you would like to work for. All right, so now when we have arrived here to the northern latitudes of this reading, let's turn your first northern card and see what kind of energies we'll get from the Sámi mythology. And our first card is the Luohti. So Luohti stands for joiku, so that is the traditional singing of the Sámi people. So joiku was not only a way of singing and a method of singing, but it was a method of self-expression and also a way to weave magic. The song tells you about something, but when you are using joiku, it means that you are becoming that. So basically when a Laplandese Sámi shaman was using joiku to call forth a wolf, it means that he was becoming one. So it wasn't only outside descripting of it, it means that he was magically bringing forth the topic of the joiku. So when Christianity came to Finland, the using of joiku, singing joikus, was forbidden and very much looked down. So the tradition of joiku took a severe hit when these two cultures intermingled. But nowadays it is seen as a revered part of the Sámi tradition, and a very powerful one at that. Also, many people who do joiku and understand it want to divide it away from the shamanism and from the witchcraft, but it does have certain similarities to it, because there is an element of magic in the joiku as well, so it's not just your regular descriptive singing. So this is all very interesting, but what does the Luohti card stand for? Basically, it can signal several things. Perhaps the most significant one of them is the spirit of creativity in it. So when you are using joiku, you are not just singing about something, but you are actually bringing that forth, which means that this card and the symbolism of it tells you that you are living in a period of life where you have a lot of power to bring forth things. This can be a very creative moment in your life, a life that where you feel elated and ideas flow freely, and you can have visionary inspirations that come forth. So it is a very positive card that signals for a very good life period. There is also an element of healing connected to the joiku. So it was used to heal illnesses and to bring forth good things. So in that sense, it is a positive card connected to your health and well-being. Then there is a possibility of bringing something forth and bringing something into reality by Joiku. So as said, it is creating something, and since you are the creator, this card asks that what do you want to bring forth? What do you want to create? What is the spirit or the idea or the pathway that you wish to create for yourself? This is what the card is about. All right, let's turn your next card. Your next card is Keatki, so that's Wolverine. This is a lovely northern animal to guide us because Wolverine is not often found in decks that are Central European or American, so I'm very happy to find it in here. And Wolverines are very strong power animal and very strong spirit animals. They are survivors. So Wolverines in the wild eat dead animals and their carcasses, and by doing so they have very important role in the ecosystem. As a totemic or spirit animal, it can also speak about protection, because wolverines are creatures that walk alone. They are not moving in pairs or in packs as in some other animals, and this means that there might be a need for you to protect your own. So wolverines, when they move about in a very large area. So if you associate yourself to this animal in this reading, it means that there might be a period of walking alone in your life. But since the wolverines are very self-sufficient, this period is you are very sustained during this period. So it's not loneliness, but rather self-sufficiency. Okay, let's look at your next card. Lovely. Your next card is Bienvenida. Bienvenida, if I pronounce it right, I hope I do, stands for the daughter of the sun. And she could literally be translated as the maiden of the sun. Bienvenida, the Sun Maiden, stands for a myth where it was said that she taught the Sámi people to herd reindeer, and as such she has connections to making a living and business. So you could see this card as being a sign for a good fortune in work and good fortune in business, and also to be financially independent. So abundance, wealth, good financial outcomes, those are all her gifts to give. So if you have a financial endeavor that you are currently pursuing, these are good omens for that. It means that none of the cards is a guarantee to prediction to come true, but it means that you have more positive outcomes in your story that you might be aware of. Let's turn your next card. Oasu. So this is reindeer. So Sámi people are reindeer herders, and they have been living in this symbiotic relationship with the reindeers for thousands of years. Simply put, reindeer is the most important animal for the Sámi people, and it is reflected in this card. The reindeer in the card is white, and the appearance of the white reindeer is considered to be an omen of good luck. So this card may bring forth a period of good fortune and good tidings to come. So then you have to also remember that reindeers were the main method of moving from place to place for the Sámi people, which means that there is an element of movement and journeying and traveling in this card as well. So overall, this card stands for happiness and riches and sensitivity, also traveling and wealth. So sign of good omen indeed, and a very positive tone to the possibilities that you have in front of you. Okay, so let's turn the last card of the stones in the stone circle. So your card is Garanas, so that's raven in English. So ravens are messengers. It was believed that they could travel between this world and the other world and bring messages and tidings from these worlds. So ravens were considered to be very magical birds, and this bird is a signal of a spirit helper as well. So if you have been struggling with your spiritual life, not being quite sure of which direction to go or what would be the best way forward, the raven stands for positive guidance that you may be getting from this point onwards. He may signal the increased power of your third eye and also the magical power of yours strengthening. So this is a good period of life to listen to dreams and do magical workings, and generally a good time to do spiritual work. So now we have come to the end of your reading, and we only have one card to turn, and that's the card of the auroras. So this card will bring everything together and will summarize what kind of guidance you are getting from spirit world and what kind of messages you are getting to you from this reading. Let's turn your card. Oh, this card is not an animal at all, but it is the card of the auroras themselves. There is one special card in this deck signaling the auroras, and I left it on the smaller pile to be discovered if that's what the spirit wants us to know. So, the word toivo in the card means hope, and the sentence which calls or the sentence which says toivomani asiat ovat minulle mahdollisia, that stands for the things that I wish and hope are possible for me. So this is a brilliantly positive card to end this reading. Whatever is the thing that you have been struggling with, whatever is the situation that where you are in, or the period of life that you are walking through, basically the main message of this whole reading is that don't lose your hope. So yes, there might be challenges along the way, and there might be things that are difficult, but the thing that you're asking for, the thing that you are approaching for, that is possible. So overall, when we look at this reading as a whole, there are all these mysterious energies around you, and they support you and light your way and guide you. And then when you look towards the future, there are all these strengths that you have and all these possibilities that you encounter, and there might be signs of better fortunes or travel or luck and even spiritual guidance that are coming forth. Overall, this is extremely positive reading and a quite beautiful one at that too. I'm very happy to leave you with this outcome, group number 1. The future is full of hope, and despite the challenges that may come, there is a lot of good things coming and a lot of positive energies around you. So concentrate on those and let them grow by your attention. Thank you for spending this time with me. Let the insights from your reading guide you in the days ahead, in whatever way is best for you. When you're ready for another journey, you'll always find a place here. Welcome to your reading, group number 2. Your card is card of Hearth, connecting to the home and the hearth fire, to warmth and comfort. This card is very soft and very gentle, and it speaks of period of rejuvenation, warmth, rest and comfort. But there is also another meaning in this card. During the time when men were often in war, the home and the hearth was tended by women, and during this time it was a period of waiting, a period of hoping that the husband returns home in peace. So home and hearth can also mean a place of waiting, a place of hoping and wishing for a positive outcome to come true. Together with your card of the hearth, you have a rune, and this rune is Thurisad. Thurisad is a rune that means a thorn. If you look very closely on the rune, you'll see that it represents, it could be a thorn, or sometimes I see it as a road, or as a rock on the road, or you can even see it as a mountain. In whichever way you see this rune, it means an obstacle. But the obstacle doesn't need to be a negative one. It can also be something that you test your strength against. Like some people go mountain climbing to see how well they fare in those conditions and to rise to the challenge of the mountain. So have a think of these two symbolical elements. How do they reflect to your life? Do you see that your period has been gentle waiting and comfort, being in home and cozying up? Or is that something that you would be needing and wanting, but for somehow it keeps escaping you? Or do you feel that it's something stifling, something like you would long to explore the world, the mountain of the Thurisas, but you're stuck in home, taking care of the daily chores, day in and day out, always repeating the same? So how do you see this balance? Because there is two opposing forces. Do you feel that you are hoping for the softness and the warmth, but somehow you have only been challenged, and there has been this thorn on your flesh or in your shoe, stone in your shoe, despite you wanting this peace and calm? Or is it the other way around, that there has been this calm and gentle day-to-day routine, and you would actually long to have some challenges and long to have some positive outcome to come from this situation? They can also be true, both of them at the same time. So have a very strong reflection on what feels true to you, and which one do you want to go search for? Do you want to go search for the softness and of the gentle care, or do you want to go and search for the adventure and the challenges to hone your skills and your strength against? have a think of that. Now I'm soon going to draw 3 runes again, 3 runes on the table. So this first one will stand for the uppermost rune, which I see is the northern rune. Then we'll have one for the south and east and west. And these 4 runes together, they form a first inner circle, and they will all reflect the energies that are surrounding you, and they will reflect the situations that brought you into the situation where you are now. So they will be reflecting more on the present moment and more on the past, whereas the cards that we are going to draw later will reflect more on the future. So let's draw your runes and see how it will go. Oh, and I have to say, runes are traditionally not of northern tradition. They are more of the Germanic tradition, even though some people associate them with Vikings and therefore to the north. And well, yeah, there has been some runic stones in northern countries, and of course with Vikings they are in Norway, so I guess it's justable, but they are more connected to the Germanic traditions. But these runes are now in this reading because the structure of these runes is of ice, and therefore I felt that the element of ice is very strongly connected to these runes, and that's why I picked this up for this reading. So first you got the rune of Otala, then we have at south we have Mannas, and in west we have Hagalas. Okay, so let's read these. Okay, so east, Sowilo. So that is sunshine, or the ray of light, or the light of the sun. And usually this means a period of clarity. It means a period of life where you have had a very strong direction that, okay, I either need to or I want to go to this direction, and the path is lit and you see it really well. So it's like the opposite of the moon card, meaning that you are very aware of the situation where you are in. So this may represent a strength of yours, meaning that you have this ability to grasp the situation very clearly, or it might mean, since it's on the east, it might mean that these energies are following or are kind of rising. It's like an eastern horizon rising. So these energies of clarity are rising in your life. So if you have been going through a period of darkness, I would read this as an omen for that to change. So from the south we have Awas, which is shaped like a letter M, but it's actually represents a horse. So horse is forward direction movement. It's a little bit like Raido and a little bit like chariot in tarot, but not quite. Horse can also mean wealth and advancing, and it's a kind of fiery forward-going energy. So together with these two, if we are thinking that these are energies that have led you to this situation, it means that perhaps there is a period of forward movement that is now kind of slowing down, which probably would make sense for most of us because we are turning to the midwinter in many places. So for many people it means holiday season and easing up from the projects a little bit. But in general it means that there has been this element of forward movement and fire with you. So perhaps the speed has been a little bit too much for you, or perhaps the AWOS speaks of the need to move forward. If you are more into this, that you would like to challenge yourself, perhaps it speaks about the need of that. We'll see. Then from west we've got Hagalaz, and this is kind of fitting because your card is the Hearth, and this usually means of shelter and protection, and I feel that Hagalaz, it stands for the icy rain that falls, or the slush or sudden spell of coldness that represents drawback. So it's more difficult for you to move forward with this kind of weather, and sometimes this is seen as a force of nature that makes the crops that you have been growing to makes them to wither and die. So this is generally seen as a rune of setbacks, but in your case, in this situation, I kind of feel that you are protected since you are here in the home, but it kind of it advises you to stay put if you can, or if you have been kind of itching to go forward. This is a rune that advises you to select your timing well, because the weather is not stable. It's not something that you would step out and then it would be all rainbows and sunshine until you get to the point where you're going. But this is rather to check the weather before you embark on your journey. That's that kind of advice. It can also speak of period of life where there has been setbacks for you, like you have been. It can be so that you have been extremely aware of the situation, but it still has been a setback for you, or that there has been challenges along the way, even if there has been forward movement at the same time. So they kind of all feed to the same situation and speak different aspects of your life so far and of the energies that have been surrounding for you. But since this is also in the west, so sun is setting towards the west, so usually it speaks of energies that are kind of diminishing and going away and moving away. Also, if you think of this location of your central location, like there is a linear arrow from past to future, it means that this is very much on the past. In whichever way you look at these four directions, this is very much on the past. So that's in a way a good news for you, because it means that some challenges that you have been battling with are easing their grip on you, but still you want to be careful with the timing so that you don't unnecessarily challenge or bring unnecessary challenges to yourself. Okay, I feel that these four runes are like four cardinal winds that are bringing energies to your life and kind of lighting up different aspects of your situation. But let's next draw one card that is going to be the most important card of your reading. So it's this one. So it's Aurora card, or these are actually cards from the northern animals, and you see that the deck is thin. That's because I'm now only allowing polar animals in there. This deck has plenty of animals, and many of them are ones that hibernate during summer, hibernate during winter. So I was picky in selecting which ones are allowed to come to our journey, and I only took those ones that actually dwell well in the northern hemisphere and northern climate. And this is okay on the use of the deck, meaning that the deck can be divided on based on the need and the vision of the reader. So that's completely okay to do. But I have basically selected those animals that have a little snowflake symbol in them, meaning that they are considered polar animals. And this animal is going to be your main message and your main guide, but I am going to draw it on the table because the back of the cards is one of auroras. And since auroras is our theme for today, I let that energy dance on the table, and once we have read and turned all the other cards, we're going to turn that one the last. And the idea of this card is that that is your main message and that is your main guide for today and today's reading. Okay, but next we are going to use one very special deck. So this is Saamen Orakkeli Tarot deck, more oracle deck than tarot deck though, but still a very impressive deck. And this deck draws very strongly on the Sámi tradition, and the symbolism of the card is very strongly connected to the different symbols of that indigenous group. And I'm very privileged to have gotten a permission from the maker of this deck that it is okay to use this, because I was a little hesitant of that because I come from the southern tradition and this is very clearly a Sámi deck. So it means that culturally my tradition is almost opposing, not, of course I'm not, but historically there has been a lot of friction between these two cultures, and therefore I wanted to make sure that it is okay that I read this deck. And I basically got green light from the maker of this deck so to use it for two reasons basically. One is that I do approach the cards with utmost respect and to be able to use them for learning and to use them as they are intended to use. So they were made for using, so I'm okay using them. But also, since the card symbolism is very strongly connected to nature and elements of nature, it transcends the cultural differences between people and between different cultures. So we should all be able to interpret these symbols intuitively because the spirits of nature will speak through these cards and their symbolism. So let's lay down your cards. Very light shuffling as these are already pre-shuffled, and I will be placing 5 cards on the table. Why 5? Well, it felt right when I was designing this reading. 5 was a very, very good and harmonious number, but also I kind of feel that these cards are like standing stones, and if we think that you are in the middle of this, this is the current moment, this is your location, then the standing stones around you are guiding you and they are representing different directions where you could be traveling to. So when you are reflecting your future, they will offer different kind of insights and different kind of guidance for you to take home and then decide towards what future you are working for. Okay, but let's go on to your reading. So let's turn your very first card. And your card is Ketki, so that is Wolverine in English. So in this deck, this card often represents a spirit that is uninvited. So the Sámi people relied very heavily on reindeer herding, and the Wolverines are known to come to their reindeer, their groups of reindeer, their possession of reindeers, and sometimes take the baby reindeers and hunt and eat them. And So in that sense, it represents a force that is uninvited, but it's still coming for you. So in that sense, this card is a little bit of a warning, meaning that see if there is an uninvited element that is trying to enter your life. And if that is the case, then this card is a reminder of your boundaries. The Wolverine also have very strong and sharp senses. They are scavengers, which means that they will track down carcasses and eat them, and they have very good natural tools for that, claws and very strong teeth, and they can carry very heavy loads for a long time. So you can also think of this as a kind of power animal, in a sense that you might be in a situation that there are opportunities for you since you have the skills. So have a think of your life that, especially if you are more leaning towards the Thurisas, Wolverine is an omen, if you may, of something that if you keep your eyes open, there might be a prize waiting for you if you are able to track it and to capture it. As a spirit animal, Wolverine is also very, very strong. It's related to bears, but not a bear animal. It goes into the it belongs to a different group of animals than bears do. But as a spirit animal, it's very wise, and it represents resilience and to be able to independently overcome obstacles. So overcoming obstacles is very strongly tied on the Thurisad and on the challenges that this rune might bring to you. As a northern animal, the Wolverine is also very resistant towards the Hagalas, the icy rain, meaning that, okay, all right, if these things have happened or they are going to happen, you'll be well off, you're well prepared and can take care of yourself during these times. So in that sense, it's a positive omen. Okay, let's turn your next card. Oh, and your next card is a plant. This is Noideliti. I might botch the pronunciation. I'll double check it and I will play it here. Noidelietti. This is, however, in Finnish, this is Mariankämmäkkä, and it's a type of orchid that has a very strong mythology behind it. Okay, so this card represents a flower, or stands for a flower that in English I think it's called spotted orchid. It's a type of northern orchid living in these areas, and it tends to flower mid-summer, and during that time it's very magical plant if you encounter it. Anyways, in Sámi it's called Noideliti, and this translates roughly as witch's flower. So this means that this plant was generally recognized as a very magical plant, and not just for any kind of magic, but especially for love spells. So there are many reasons why it connects to love spells. One is that it grows from the tubers, and these tubers they were said to represent testicles. So people associated this plant with lust and also sexual potency. But that wasn't the only way of seeing it. You could also see it as a magical plant that had this feeling of enchantment around it. So, so how should this be read? Well, basically it should be read that this plant signifies a period in your life where you are allowed to be enchanted. If you have been going through a period of life that has been very rough, it means that this is returning back to the sensitivity where you can see beautiful things, enchanting things, romantic things. A period of life where heart has space to heal, when emotions are welcome again and softness can enter the life. So think of midsummer, think of night time where the orchids are blooming on the northern summer where it's all the time. The sun doesn't set at all. This grows in that kind of conditions, and it's very beautiful, very enchanting flower that definitely stands out when you travel in the forest of the boreal, or when you travel in the boreal forests. So, period of enchantment, possibility for enchantment, of beauty, sensuality, perhaps sexuality as well. So very, very nice, beautiful, enchanting card, and enchanting energy in that card. A lovely direction and lovely energy flowing towards you in this reading. All right, let's turn your next card. Ooh, your next card is Rohtu. So this card, it's basically like your devil card and your death card coming together. Rohtu is basically a symbol for traveling disease. It's a mythical being that personified infectious diseases as they came through, and it was represented by a foreign horse, so a horse that came from somewhere else and then carried with it this disease. So if you study the card very carefully, you'll see that there is a horse and a rider on top of it. And sometimes it was believed that if you took a horse and gave a horse as a sacrifice, it was very expensive sacrifice. The Rohtu would take this horse and ride away. You could also translate this word as rutto. So that's basically plague in English. So this really stands for very dramatic things. But as a reading, this card is a warning. So it speaks about your relationships, the things that are unexpected, and sometimes they have to do with your fears, inner fears. Are you afraid of something? Because things like plague, they invoke a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear of unknown, a lot of terror, need to flee. So this card connects to this kind of energies, this kind of elements of terror and fear. So it's kind of challenging you and challenging your resolve. So if we connect it to this, it's a little bit like do you have a safe place where you could retreat if you would have something that would shake your core stability? Or if you are ready to leave this hearth, have you really considered that this might not just be a thorn, it might be something that is really, really challenging, like a plague epidemic? Yeah, so whew, it's quite strong card, but it doesn't necessarily say that you are going to get sick. It speaks more of your relationship with things that frighten you, and relationship with things that invoke in you this natural fear of retreating. So it doesn't bring to this circle of stones or circle of energies. It doesn't bring death and destruction, but it brings you a question that what is your relationship with things that frighten you, or is there something that you should work with it before moving forward? All right, let's turn your next card. Okay, so this is Kahti. So it's basically stands for kota. So kota is a home dwelling, a home place of the Sámi people. When you look at the card, you can see that there is this typical tent-like home that Sámi people use. And if you look at the card very carefully, you'll see that the kota is surrounded by thick snow, and there is a starry sky. You can see the Milky Way through it. So a starry sky where you can see very clearly the cosmos. So starry skies are also very, very cold because there is no cloud cover to keep the warmth in. It means that its temperature drops during those nights. And so kota basically means a place of shelter where you can take refuge. So it has a very strong tiding of the hearth. I think this card is asking you that do you have a place of refuge? Even if you move from your home, do you have a safe place where to go? Or if you are thinking of that you are not you would like to move on from your home and the comforts and the day-to-day routines of your home, this card kind of brings you back a little bit and says that yes, it is day-to-day life in there, but also the kota brings element of safety and home. So your home is your castle. That's kind of one of the messages of the cards. There are also some other elements that I'd like to bring forth with this card and the elements that it depicts. And this brings forth the flavor that it's especially Sámi in this. So how it differs just from your regular hearth, but rather how the kota was different from regular hearth fire elsewhere. And I think one of the elements that I need to mention is that in the traditional kota, it was like a miniature constellation of the world, meaning that it has its several holy places, like the gods were living under the kota, and the female goddesses had a special location at the front of the kota, and then there was the most sacred place, which was at the back of the kota, meaning that there the weapons and the drum were kept there. So I think there is also an element asking from you that do you know your home as good as you should? Like if you take it for granted, like it might be in the center, have you lost that it has these aspects that are sacred in it? And so is there something that you should discover, something sacred that you should discover from your own home and from this own miniature structure of the universe? Another aspect that came to my mind is that it is kind of drawn in this picture that there are these kind of spirit-like beings in this picture, and they are moving around the house or the dwelling, meaning that spirits might be quite active now. And it was believed in the Sámi culture that spirits were especially active during the winter time. And that's easy to believe when there's auroras dancing outside and it's very dark and the moonlight makes the snow sparkle. So it is very magical time and very sacred time, but it's also a time of spirit activity, which means that the safest place for you in that surrounding and in those conditions is at home. You can approach this in two ways. If you are adventurous, it means that the spirit are close, meaning that you can easily access to the spirit world. But it can also state that there's all kind of things going on in the spirit world, and now might actually be a very good time to retreat back to home and rest there and let those restless beings go in their own ways before you actually go out with the morning sun. So these are the kind of energies and messages I could read from this card. All right, it is time to turn your last of the Sámi cards. So let's see what kind of advice we can get from the last standing stone. Oh, okay. So your last card is the Päivä. So this represents the daylight or the day, or the sun deity. Okay, so the sun card stands for many of those things that the sun card in tarot stands for, and many of those things that Sovilo stands for. So it's the healing, rejuvenating energy of the sun. It speaks of period of financial success. It speaks of period of healing. It speaks of period of energy and clarity and warmth and recovery. All that kinds of positive things that are connected to the energy, healing energy of the sun. But too much of all things is of course too much. Sometimes sun can be kind of withering and drying element. Even in the situations where there are, even in the north where the sun is very weak and not very strong during the winter months, too much sun during those times can dry things. So dry and cold is very, very drying on the skin and for many things. So there are certain dangers in the sun, but generally speaking, it's very, very positive card. I think there's also another thing that I could read from the card, and that is that sometimes the card of the sun in this deck is connected to kind of miracles happening, meaning that there can be unexpected positive turns in things that are coming. So if you have been traveling through a rough patch of your life, like the Hagalas might suggest, then the sun card might actually be like a light at the end of the tunnel. So we'll welcome this positive outcome, and if your situation looks bleak one way or another, this one is a card that reminds you that sometimes things take a very positive turn, and sometimes the outcome is a lot more warmer and kinder and nicer and better than what you expect. Okay, so we have done this reading under the beautiful glow of the auroras in the table, but now everything else has been turned, and I feel that it is time to turn the last card. So as said, this one is the main card of your reading and the main spirit helper for you, giving you the main guidance from this point onwards towards the future, to help you and to be your symbol for the coming times, for as long as you feel that it is needed or present. So let's see your card. Ooh, and your card is the polar bear. So So wow, okay. So the card says polar bear, and then the keyword is primordial power. So this card speaks for strength, and then we have a Finnish sentence. I come from Finnish tradition. Ammennan alkuperäisestä voimastani. So that is, I am drawing from my primordial strength. Okay, so this card is very, very self-empowering. The polar bear is the biggest bear, I think. I think they are even bigger than the gray bears. I'll check it. But yeah, they are very strong animals and very capable of living in these conditions, and very skilled in hunting and gathering food from different sources. Also extremely powerful swimmers, traveling for long distances. So wow, this is very empowering, because if you look at the final card in relation to all the other cards in here, it's basically it's strengthening your own strength in all this. So polar bear is almost like a Wolverine on steroids, meaning that it contains even more power. Even the Wolverine was a powerful symbolic animal to come to you, but polar bear is even stronger than that. And since it connects to the primordial power, it helps to empower you against challenges and fears, and it kind of watches over you to guide and guard if there are some energies around your home, or something that something suspicious moving around. This is protective. All bears are, or at least most of the bears are, protective symbols. Like mother bears are very, very protective towards their children, and they welcome the warmth of the sun, but they don't need it, in the sense that they are very well adapted to the northern conditions, and do well in these surroundings. And yeah, if you want to be enchanted, they are magical creatures which full of this northern power, and you can even see the northern lights in the picture in the background. So it's very, very fitting to kind of bring this reading together. And whether you are deciding that you are staying home and enjoying and resting and recovering, then the polar bear is an animal for you to be that strong bear energy that guards your home and guards those that are sacred to you. And if you are deciding that it is time for you to move forward and to go adventuring, to try your strength against challenges, like with Turisas from the beginning of the reading, then the polar bear is very, very encouraging energy and symbol for you, so that it stands with you as you hone your skills against these challenges. Okay, let me see if there is something that would come out when we look at the whole of the reading. Is there some sort of a central message that comes forth from this? Well, I think it's encouragement, because like if there has been challenges, there is a lot of animals that are kind of supporting you, and then there is even the energy of sun warming you and giving you hope and giving you like positive outcomes, things turning out in more positive way than you would expect. And there is of course always good moment to be cautious, in a sense that even polar bears, they can't resist infectious diseases. But when it comes to meeting your inner fears and inner challenges, the polar bear is a very strong symbol for you, to guide you to rise to the occasion. And if you feel that it's your time to rest, it's midwinter and you want to cozy up near the fire, roast some chestnuts and open packages during Christmas, eat a bunch of chocolate and be happy and be in your den, I think polar bear is good also for that. It will kind of walk around your cozy little home and keep you safe and guard you and guide you. So also I think there is this energy in bears that they are these strong and protective energies. So I think it's good for that too. All right, stay open to being enchanted, and there is a lot of strength in you. Things can turn out better than you think. Your home is your safe haven, your castle, but there might also be things, sacred things for you to learn from your home and from your roots. And some things can appear more terrifying than you think, and sometimes this card is connected to nipping up like health problems when they're still small. So if you have something like that, do get yourself checked and take care of them before they grow into larger challenges. Okay, I think this concludes our reading. Thank you for joining me in this northern light. May the path ahead feel steadier, illuminated in the way only auroras can. You're welcome back anytime you feel the call. Please like if you like this reading and subscribe if you wish to see more content like this. But now it's time for Group 3. Welcome to your reading, Group number 3. You have selected Ice as your card, and this card comes with a keyword of purity. Together with the card of Ice, you have Rune of Bergana. So this rune means birch, but it's also connected to the feminine principle and to goddesses. If we look at the cards more carefully, we can see that the card is divided in two distinct areas. You have the under eyes, where you can see a figure of a woman. She appears restful, like sleeping, and very serene and tranquil, so it's not like she's frozen over, more like she's contemplating. She has withdrawn into perhaps her inner life, where she is processing emotions, she is processing events of her life, slowly hibernating, resting, letting things evolve under the ice. And then we have the upper world, the outer world, where we can see this beautiful white horse which is galloping towards the ewer, and this represents movement, progress, things going forth. So to me, this card speaks of a period of contemplation and a period of processing your emotions and processing what has happened, maybe taking a breather and perhaps going through difficult emotions, or reflecting your life with peace and tranquility. At the same time, outer world, going forward, movement, there is snow falling in there, seasons are changing, so a lot of things might be going on in your life, but at the same time, things are quietly evolving and quietly moving forward. So what does the rune of Bergana do in here? What does the rune of birch signal in this very wintry scene? Well, Bergana signals green shoots and leaves coming in the spring. It means new growth. It means budding things. It can be budding emotions, budding realizations, new periods of life that it's slowly emerging after this period of hibernation. So whatever you're contemplating, if you see yourself in this situation, whatever you're contemplating, it's not in vain. It's something that is growing forth towards new life and towards new realizations, a new version of you, and emotions that are let to move and run freely instead of being frozen in ice. So overall, I see this card as a very positive card, signaling a period of rest and rejuvenation, but also this inner, slow, gentle growth, green leaves and shoots coming after the work that you have done with yourself here under the ice. Okay, so next let's draw some more runes. I keep this one in here because I feel that this is the rune of the north. We are doing a polar reading, a northern reading in here with the themes of auroras. So I feel that this one that we have already selected, that has already come for you, this one is the strongest one of them, so that represents the northern wind. But we are also drawing one for the east, south and west, meaning that these three or four, total of four runes are like four winds, bringing messages and perhaps reflecting the situation that has brought you to this moment, and also situations that are kind of bubbling under in your situation. So the runes are looking backwards to your life and looking at the current moment, what has led to this situation. Okay, so let's draw some runes for you. And before I draw the runes, a couple of words, because I don't consider runes generally to be part of the northern traditions. Sure, they connect to Vikings, and in that sense they can be found all the way in Scandinavia, especially in Norway, but generally they are connected to the German tradition. However, these particular runes have a very icy feeling, very wintry feeling in them. They are blue in color with those sparkling effects, so that's why I felt that they are at home in this reading, where we are digging into themes of northern lights and traveling towards the polar regions, towards the far north, the Ultima Thule. So that's why I felt that they are fitting. So let's draw your runes. So in east we have Raido. In south we have Lagus. And in west we welcome Ewas. Okay, so from the east, from the rising direction of the rising sun, we have Raido. So Raido means travel. It's the rolling wheel, it's the chariot that is moving, it's the development, forward momentum, traveling, that kind of energy. So something in your life has been moving. Perhaps you have been traveling, but it doesn't have to be something as literal as that. That can also be, Raido can also be a period of, say, studying or a period of work that has been intense, or where you have developed a lot. So that all makes sense. Most of us have been working hard during the autumn, and now when we're turning towards the winter, this reading is recorded in November, then it makes sense that there would be a period of work and period of activity behind you. But it can also signal to a life period where there was a lot of things happening at the same time. Perhaps you were moving as well as you were studying, or you were applying for new work, or you were tackling new challenges or having a new hobby. There was this sense of bubbling excitement and forward momentum, and that is contributing to the current moment. Also, since it's come from the east, like rising sun, I would say that this energy out of these four is the one that it's rising at the moment. If you haven't felt this yet, it might be still coming. Then from the south we find Lagus. So this is the rune of water, and I find this very fitting because in the picture, in the under the ice, we'll find water, and she is kind of resting under the ice. I see it as water in there because usually under ice, when you go above the lake, there is water in there. So Lagus connects to emotions, and it connects to processing trauma, and it connects to being attached to something, and being joyous, being happy, being emotional, sad, angry, all these kind of things. But Lagus also, since it connects to the element of water, it kind of connects also to intuition and the psychic gifts and the hidden world and the mythical world. So I see it so that while you have been contemplating in your cocoon, waiting for the new spring to come and new shoots to emerge, this has been something that you have been working heavily with emotions, and you have been working heavily with perhaps some mystical topics. And if that's the case, I see this as an energy still pouring into your current situation. So if you feel drawn to mystical arts or mystical topics, this fluid energy is still flowing to your current moment. Then we have Aguas, which is actually, I could almost place it over there because it means the horse. And horse is a symbol of freedom, of forward momentum. It's also, it can mean like wealth and expansion. Riding a horse and a rider can go much further than on foot. So it has many different kind of symbolisms that all boils down to this freedom and movement. And since this is on the sort of western wind direction, I feel that this is something that is still present, but perhaps on the more waning side. We'll see in the reading when we go further in there, will this energy manifest in some different way. But this energy of a horse is quite strong in this one, and actually it was quite strong also in the group 3 in the last reading as well, in the ancestor reading. So you might want to check that out. I put it in the description, but that's not, of course, necessary to see in order to be understanding this reading. So these kind of energies you have currently around you, there's movement, different kind of movements with horse and carriages. There's transformation or travel, whether in place or in your mind or in your life situation. And then this emotional work, and that is starting to bring fruit, it says, in this period and also towards the future. And we are traveling towards the north in this reading, which means that we are also traveling towards this Bergana. So Bergona stands for protection as well, but also, as said, green shoots and birch. So we are traveling towards those energies and directions. Next, I'll place the card of auroras to your reading, and this card is going to be an animal, because this is a deck of tundra animals, of northern animals, but I have purposely selected only part of the deck because there were a lot of animals that are hibernating during the winter and that were general European animals, and I wanted this reading to be thematic towards the north, so I have selected only the ones which have a little snowflake icon in them, which means that they are polar animals. So there's some sort of polar animal, there's very different energies even in the small deck, and we'll see which one will come to guide you. That will be the main message of your reading. But I will be placing this card now on the table because that one wants to come, because I feel that in that way it's kind of shining as an aurora as we travel in this reading, as we gather to meditate your themes in this reading and in your life. And once we have done that, it will reveal itself, and you'll got to take it with you towards your life as a symbol if you so choose. But as for now, it means that the auroras have been lit up in the sky, and we'll invoke the next chapter in this reading, which is the following. Alright, so the next cards that we are going to use in this reading are these Sámi oracle cards. And I feel very privileged to be able to use these cards because I come from the southern Finnish tradition, and my culture and the Sámi culture have been in conflict in many places during the history. So Sámi represent the indigenous people of the north, and our cultures have been clashing, and there has been a lot of negative cultural assimilation that the Sámi people have been able or have had to endure. So I felt a little bit uncertain in using these cards, so I wrote to the maker of this card and asked that does she feel that it is okay that I read these even though I come from the south? And she said yes. She said that the cards are made for using, and also that the symbolism that connects to nature, it ascends the cultural differences and is open to everyone. So I'm very thankful to her that she allowed me to use these and saw it as a good thing, and I'm happy that I can now share this northern magic with you. So let's embark on this journey into Sámi culture, and I will do my best in interpreting these cards in a way that it's understandable and respects their magic and wisdom. And I will be placing 5 cards around like this, because when I was thinking of what kind of layout I want to do for these cards, I had this image of standing stones and how they were surrounding the person who was now asking from the cards about advice from them. So think of these as magical standing stones surrounding your situation now, and they will bring you energies, and they will bring you possible futures, they will bring you ideas, and if you so choose to believe, visions from the future, not promises but activations and reflections, so that you can pick and choose the future that you want to work forward. So I don't promise that these things will come true, but I'm saying that these are things that you can reflect on in this reading, and they will empower you and give you visions to reflect on, so that you can choose your own path. All right, so let's move forward and see what's the magic of the first stone and the first Sámi oracle card. So your first card is Dirbnes. So this stands for ukko or äijö in southern Finland tradition, and basically it stands for the thunder god. Dirbnes is the god of thunder, of storms, protector of young reindeers, and it symbolizes energy that is deeply transformative, very wild, very stormy. And it speaks that there might be a storm approaching, or you might feel this period of kind of bubbling under or rumbling, or you might feel that there is some change in the air, and this is not to be frightened. The storms and the thundering that this card represents, they are in the end positive events, meaning that only things that are not built for last will fall, and the air will be cleared and clean and easy to breathe after it. When it comes to emotional work, this means that don't be afraid of the bursting emotions and strong bubbling under feeling and strong expression of emotions, either with you or with others. If they are for others, you don't need to carry them, and you don't need to prevent them. And if they are for you, see them as a positive expression of your human self. So stormy energy coming and cleansing, rumbling cleansing reflected in this card. Let's turn your next card. Right, your next card is Peivas, so that is the sun and the energy of the sun. So the sun card shares in this deck a lot of similarities with the sun cards in the tarot, and also the sun card in runes. They also have several runes connected, but mainly Sovilo and Dagas. The sun card is actually very nice continuing to the thunder gods, because it speaks about the sunshine that shines after a period of storm. So clarity, positive energy, healing, good financial success, wealth, health, clarity towards future, all these positive attributes that come with our beloved sun. And this card also in this deck carries one extra special interpretation, and that is that it may signal turn of events that are sudden and more positive than you expected. So if you have been feeling a little bit of gloom and doom, or you have felt this storm approaching, this card is saying that don't be so sure that things are going to be very challenging and difficult. It may well turn out better than you think. Let's turn your next card. And next we have Piavaneda, so that is the daughter of the sun. So basically your warming energy and sun energy of the sun continues and is strengthened in here. And now again, if we think about your original four energies that followed you in here, you remember we had this Bergana, so new shoots and new energy, and this card ties very strongly to that. Not only is it feminine energy like Bergana, not only is it sunlight energy like in Bergana, but it also represents the daughter of the sun. It means that it has that energy of new growth and tender femininity and tender growth in it. So these two are very strongly connected, and this one is like continuation of the Bergana energy, tender new beginning, finding your footing, blessings. When it comes to your emotions, coming in terms with your own self, and resolvement of old challenging things and challenging issues after you have dismantled and gone through the tunnel of your emotions. So as a symbol, the Päiväneda connects to the energy of sun, and it's quite similar. It can signal forth from times that are financially stable or financially abundant. It can tell about work period that is quick and quickly processing and beneficial. It can symbolize growth of financial freedom and growth of financial success and possibilities in work life. So there's quite a lot of positive energies, and sometimes, especially for light workers, this card is an encouragement that if you have been thinking about taking the next steps on your light worker journey, this card is especially good energy towards that. It signals that now is the time, and there is this gentle, warm, beneficial wind that is helping you on your journey. So perhaps there is a period of movement and advancing ahead of you under the gentle element of the sun. But let's turn all of your cards before we say something about the final message and of the general thread and theme of the reading. So your next card is Revan, so that's fox. Lovely, okay. Welcome, fox, to our Nordic circle. All right, so the symbolism of the fox, it ties to the symbolism of fox in general. So there is this element of wisdom and being cautious, and then there is this element of being aware and thinking ahead, and also being quite sly and possibly also outsmart things. So in that sense, the energy of the fox is very it's a wise creature, and but also sometimes a little bit of a warning that keep your eyes open, that there might be this foxy energy surrounding you. But the color of the fox's fur is red, and the element of fire is connected to it. And it's not part of the Sámi tradition, but more of the southern tradition, where auroras are called revontulet. So this means fox fires in English. And it had this story of fox running around in the sky and causing the auroras to flicker. But fire and foxes are energetically connected in a sense that there might be sparks of passion and sparks of fiery element coming to your life together with the fox. So it might be a good thing for you if you are looking for this kind of fiery sparks, but if not, be careful, because there is a sense of cunningness in this card, and it brings that kind of energy to you. All right, it is time for your last card. Let's see what kind of energy comes from the last of the Sámi cards and last of the standing stones around you. Oh, we got Afruva. That is nice. This stands for mermaids, mermaid energy, and water elementals. A According to the Sámi tradition, all the elements have their own guardians and their own guardian spirits. And Merenneito is the guardian spirit of the water. Auroras are guardians of the water that have the ability to warn humans of incoming storms, and this card is showing us a scene where there is a fisherman who is come to gather his catch to the boat, but there is a change in weather that is going to be dangerous, and she comes to warn him. So he immediately picks up his fishing equipment and returns to the shore, and is thus saved from the dangerous storm. I'm now thinking of the storm god in here, that I still think that the storms that we see on this side, they are of the good nature, but still I think the mermaid in here is actually giving you a heads up on the situation and giving you a little bit of a warning that you don't have to go head first to this situation. You can still be smart about it, even if you would accept the emotions and accept the cleansing and the catharsis of the emotions. You can still be intelligent about it. The mermaid can also warn of some other danger, but you don't need to be too worried about it. If there is such a challenge coming to you, you will get other notifications, so you don't need to be too worried about it. But mermaid in general, yes, they can in Sámi cultures as well as in other cultures, they can stand in for creatures that warn of coming setbacks and coming calamities. Like in other cultures, they can be a sign of infectious diseases, epidemics coming, but it doesn't have to be like this. But it might just mean in this reading that there might be some sort of a warning message coming, and when that comes, do heed it. Don't panic, but do be mindful of it. I think the card of the mermaid also connects to the lagus, and perhaps if you are on this situation where you are in the element of emotions and element of waters, the mermaid can also be your guide that helps you to work with the emotions and work with the unconscious elements in your life. Water being a threshold under which your unconscious lies, and all the things that you are not consciously aware are hidden. So she can be your guide in this world if you so choose. But now it has come time to turn your Aurora card, your card of the spirit guide and spirit animal that has been present in this reading but is now ready to reveal itself. So let's see what kind of energy is blessing you in this situation, walking with you and giving you the final and the strongest advice in this reading. Oh, we have the Arctic fox, so that is gnarly. And the word in here is lumovoima, so that it's the element of charm. And the keywords are: I charm by being the thing that I am, which means that you don't need to charm by changing yourself. You don't need to puff or mask or be something else than you truly are. What you truly are is actually what is charming and what is lovely. And this animal comes with spirit message that live in connection with your true self, because what is true in you is inspiring for others, and what is true in you is what is the bright spark in you. So a lovely guardian spirit to all this, also connected to Rievan. I think the Naali is kind of a little bit changing and transferring the message of the fox to more gentle direction. I think it transforms it from the sneaky fox into more this spirit fox that is your guide. So I think this card brings like this Arctic magic energy to your whole reading and kind of lifts it up. I hope you can catch even a small glimpse of that energy. It's magical. So Arctic foxes, I feel very strongly that they are guiding spirit. So or guiding spirits, do follow them. If you are doing this magical work, or if you are doing shamanic work, or if you're doing some other intuitive dream works, do listen to those messages. I think Naali is, especially if they are somehow connected to the Arctic foxes, because Naali is a guide that shows you the way through the snowy landscapes. And together with this guide, I feel that the next period that you are going to, it's going to be both new growth under the sun after the rains and the changing weathers, but it's also going to be the next period for you is also going to be advancing quickly. So all these elements of movement, like the horses in here, and now the guidance in here, means that things are going forward and processing quickly for you. So if we now look the whole reading as a whole and try to kind of come up with the main message for you. So what I think that this reading says is, there has been a period of reflection and working with your emotions, and that is okay. This period has paid off, and there are now new emotions and new shoots and new ideas growing. And there are good energies coming to support that growth. So there's the energy of sun in different forms, giving you blessing for these new feelings and new ideas. There might be periods of turbulence coming, but you will get warning about it, and you don't need to fear them too much. And while you're traveling in your future, there will be guidance, and so you don't have to go blindly, but there is this spirit fox running ahead of you, so you are kept company as well as shown guidance on your journey. So that, I feel, is the main message for you, group number 3, and I think that this now concludes our reading. Thank you for being here. I hope this reading offered you something meaningful to carry forward. If you'd like to explore more readings, you're welcome to return anytime. Wishing you a good rest of the day or night, wherever you are.